Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. We are Websisters or Group 4 from CS2514B. In this video, we will be presenting the demo of our completed Task Manager application project assignment. Our team consists of 4 members. Me, myself, NURIN EWANI binti SHAHUDIN, NURZUNAH FITHRIYYAH binti ZULKIFLI, IRDINA binti HAMDAN and SITI FATIMAH binti MOHAMED ZAINI. This web application has been successfully developed thanks to the hard work and dedication that me and my other team members has given throughout the progress of this project.
Assalamualaikum. My name is NURZUNAH ZULKIFLI. My student ID is 2023105401. And now I'm going to do the demonstration of the Task Manager. Before I proceed to do the demonstration, I'm going to explain to you the key features that we have in the Task Manager. The first one is task creation. User can easily create new tasks by filling in the title, description, due date, and choose the level priority. The next one is task list display. It will show the detail like the title, description, due date, and priority that we just add. The next one is task editing. User can edit existing tasks to update detail as needed. The next one is task deletion. User have the ability to delete tasks that are no longer relevant or completed. The next one is task completion. User can mark tasks as completed. The next one is filtering and sorting. A filter option to view tasks based on the priority level, which is high, low, and medium. The last one is about page. It shows the team developer and the link project to the GitHub.
Next, I will be explaining about the About Us page. In this page, we have provided a link to our GitHub. When the user clicks the icon, it will bring the user to our repository that we use for this project. In this GitHub repository, we have uploaded the files of our project, which consists of an index page that places our task manager and the about page, an app.js file, which contains JavaScript, and a star.css file, which contains our CSS codes for the web application. We also add a brief introduction of ourselves below the GitHub link. Every time users hover their mouse above the picture, the application will react to it and display the color of the image. The image is also clickable, whereas when it is clicked, it will then show our name and our student IDs. Users can also access the home page again from the About page by clicking the home button on the header of the web application. Moving on to the HTML file of the About page. In this file, we created the header bar consists of the web application title and a simple navigation bar that has a home button and an About Us button. The home button will bring us users to the home page, while the About Us button will bring the users to the About Us page. In this file also, we embedded the GitHub repository link with the logo so that every time the user clicks on the logo, they will be able to access the GitHub repository automatically. We have the developer team photo section whereby all the picture's logo are clickable. This makes the interface looks much more interesting, as when you click on a developer's picture, it will then display the developer's name and their student ID. The details given are only our name and our student ID as to protect our data from any data breach from outside users. Below the developer team container, there is also a footer that marks as a copyright of this project that has been dedicated from us, Group 4. There is also a script linked which links all the JavaScript format together in the system.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is IRDINA binti HAMDAN, and today I will be presenting a comprehensive overview of a task management application user interface and functionality. We will take a closer look at both the HTML structure and the JavaScript function that collaboratively create a seamless and interactive experience for managing tasks. These applications allow users to organize and efficiently manage their tasks with a focus on filtering and displaying tasks based on priority levels, including high, medium, and low. Let's explore the details of the HTML structure and the corresponding JavaScript function. The first one is the HTML structure for task list. The task list container div serves as the main container for the entire task list section. The task list heading provides a clear title for the task list section. The priority filter section includes a label describing the purpose of the dropdown. And the last one is the priority filter dropdown as a select element for filtering tasks based on priority. The onChange attribute specifies that the filtered task JavaScript function should be called when the user changes the selection. Options within the dropdown represent different priority levels. The first one is the all, the second one is the low, the third one is the medium, and the last one is the high. Task list section is designated for dynamically adding task items. The task list class may be used for styling purposes. The second one is the JavaScript function. The function first retrieves the priority filter value from the HTML select element and task from local storage. It then filters the task based on the priority filter value, creating a new array called filtered tasks. The existing content in the HTML task list container is clear, which is the task list.inner.html. For each task in the filter array, the function dynamically creates HTML elements, table rows, cells, labels, and buttons to represent the task. Event listeners are added to the checkbox for task completion and edit or delete button for the task manipulation. The dynamically created elements are appended to the task list container, updating the display. Now, this is a demonstration showcasing the display of a task list and the ability to filter tasks based on priority, which include the high, medium, and low levels. Simply input your tasks along with their due dates and priority levels. Then, you can easily filter tasks according to your preferred priority level, whether it is the high, medium, or low. Finally, you have the option to click the All button to view your entire task list. That's it, you are all set. Thank you for your attention. Bye!
And now, I'm going to do the demonstration of the add task, where at first, user need to fill in the required form, which is title, description, date, and choose the priority level where it has three options, which is low, medium, and high. Now, I'm going to fill in the form. Let's say I'm not fill in the description, it will pop up the message saying that please in all the field. After fill in the field, user need to click on the Add Task button. As you can see now, the task that we just added now will be displayed on the right side, which is task list. If user want to mark the task as a completion, user need to tick on the completion box. Then it will strike through the text and box becomes scheduled. So that's how the add task and the completed task is work. Now I'm going to explore the HTML code for a simple task form. This form allows users to input information for a task they want to add to a task management system on a web page. We start with the two container div element. The outer div has a class of box, and the inner one has the class of task form. These are used for styling and structuring the layout of our task form. Inside the task form div, we have a H2 heading that says Add Task. This provides a clear title for the form. The heart of our task form is the form element with the ID task form. This form wraps all the input elements for collecting task detail. We have a label and input field for the task title. The label provides a description and the input of the type text with the ID title and the required attributes. Similarly, we have a label and the text area for the task description. The text area allows for multi-line input and is marked as required. For the due date, we use an input of type date with a label. This input type represents a date picker, making it easy for user to select a date. The priority is captured through a drop-down menu, containing options for low, medium, and high. User can select the priority level for the task. Lastly, we have a button with the text Add Task. This button triggers the Add Task function when clicked. It's important to note that it has a type of button to prevent the form from submitting and refreshing the page. Now, I'm going to explain CSS code that styles a task form on a web page. The styling aims to create a visually appealing and user-friendly layout for the task input form. We start by styling the form element that encapsulates our task input field. We use the CSS grid layout to arrange the form element in a two-column grid, providing a neat and organized structure. These are display grid. This property enables the CSS grid layout, allowing us to create a grid container. Grid template column 1FR 1FR. With this time, we define two columns within the grid, each taking up an equal fraction with the available space, which is 1FR. This ensures a balanced layout. Gap 10 pixels. The gap properly set to a 10 pixel gap between the grid item, enhancing visual separation and the reliability. Next is styling the task form. Let's look at the styling for the specific class task form. This class is applied to the container div for our task form. We also add the bottom margin of 20 pixels to provide some spacing between this task form and other elements on the web page. This improves the overall layout and appearance. Lastly, we set the width to 100% to ensure that the task form spans the entire width of its container.
And now I'm going to explain the JavaScript code function called addTask. So this function is designed to add tasks to a task list in a web application. The function starts by retrieving the values entered in the form. These values include the task title, description, read date, and the priority. Next, the function checks if any of these fields are empty. If any field is empty, an alert is shown and the function stops execution. If all fields are filled, a JavaScript object named task is created with the enter values. This object represents a task and includes properties like title, description, due date, priority, and completed status set to false. The function then interacts with the browser local storage. It retrieves the existing task or initializes an empty array if there are no tasks yet. The new task is pushed into this array. The update task array is saved back to local storage. This ensures that tasks persist even when the user closes or refreshes the web page. After adding the task, the form is reset to pure the enter value. Finally, a function named updateTaskList is called. This function is assumed to update the task list on the web page. And now I'm going to explain the function called ToggleTaskCompletion. The function manages the completion status of tasks in our Task Manager web application. The ToggleTaskCompletion function is responsible for toggling the completion status of a given task. It takes a task object as a parameter. The completion status of task is toggled using the logical not operator. If the task was completed, it becomes uncompleted. Next, the function intercepts with the browser local storage. It retrieves the existing task or initializes an empty array if there are no tasks yet. The next one is the completion status of the task is then updated in the task array. The map function is used to create a new array where the completion status of the specific task is modified while leaving the other tasks unchanged. The updated task array is saved back to the local storage. This ensures that the modified completion status persists even if the user closes or refreshes the web page. Finally, a function named update task list is called. This function is assumed to update the task list on the web page. And now I'm going to explain the function called toggle task completion. The function manages the completion status of tasks in our task manager web application. The toggle task completion function is responsible for toggling the completion status of a given task. It takes a task object as a parameter. The completion status of task is toggled using the logical not operator. If the task was completed, it becomes uncompleted. Next, the function intercepts with the browser local storage. It retrieves the existing task or initializes an empty array if there are no tasks yet. The next one is the completion status of the task is then updated in the task array. The map function is used to create a new array where the completion status of the specific task is modified while leaving the other tasks unchanged. The updated task array is saved back to the local storage. This ensures that the modified completion status persists even if the user closes or refreshes the web page. Finally, a function named update task list is called. This function is assumed to update the task list on the web page.
Assalamualaikum and Hi everyone. My name is SITI and FATIMAH and I will continue this presentation with demonstration edit and delete button. Function edit is for edit the tasks that have been added at the right side, while delete button for delete the tasks, especially when the tasks are already not necessary for the user. Okay, now let's take a look at the coding first. Since the edit and delete button is not appear before adding tasks, we didn't use it in HTML, but we use in JavaScript and CSS. In this JavaScript, here is the part for edit and delete button function, which is when the user already add their task. Okay, this one is the for edit button. We use edit button equal to document the create element button, edit button the text content equal to edit button the class list the add button, edit button add event listener, click and edit task index. And for this one is for delete button, which is delete button equal to document the create element button, delete button the text content equal to delete button the class list the add button, which is button manager, delete button dot add event listener, click delete task index. And this one is button cell dot append child edit button and button cell dot append child delete button. Okay, now let's see the CSS coding for both button. Here to edit button, we use background color, color padding, margin top, border cursor, box sizing and border radius. While this for delete button, we use button danger, which is we have background color and padding left. Okay, now let's try the functionality for this both button. Here is the button for edit and delete button that user already add the task. When we click to edit button, the task will appear in this left form and we can edit the task and click add task to update. While for delete button, just click which task that you want to delete and click delete. The task will gone from the list. Same goes to another list. I think that's all from me. I will pass to another member to continue this presentation.
Last but not least, I will show and explain the responsiveness of our application. We have done our best in order to make the page stay in place in various browsers or screen sizes. We managed to make the home page stay responsive to the browser in any screen sizes, and the containers for add task and task list stay in place. We also managed to do the same thing about the about page, whereby the container that places the image of us stays in line with appropriate spaces to make it look more smooth for other users. With that, our video demo presentation has reached its end. Thank you for watching.